that is going to be getting started in just moments. We know, Tony, that Rune Glifberg, two-time defending gold medalist, one of the most respected skateboarders, he's looking for that three-peat. But what about this young generation? We've got 14-year-old Curren Caples and 15-year-old Pedro Barros, who in the elimination round absolutely raised the level of skateboarding.
Well, they're probably, you know, it's because they're born and bred in skate parks, so they know how to use transitions, but they also have that inherent street skill that they can transfer over to rails and some of the gaps. And then, you know, Rune grew up skating vert. He learned to adapt to street and to pools and things like that, but these guys are born on this type of terrain, and they're used to it.
You could really call them the X Games generation, if you would. Years of age, and then Curren Caples, 14 years old. This guy's the only competitor at X Games born after X Games was born.
And Curren just knows how to get speed around this course. Every single hump transition he uses to its fullest ability. And then catching frontside kickflips like that, the future is bright.
Effortless and with a confidence that I guess you just see in kids. Rune Glifberg's going to have his hands full. Two-time defending gold medalist going for three against the young guns. Park final coming up.
Didn't have the speed for it. Most of the guys overshoot that gap, and that time he just didn't have the speed. Curren Caples.
If you hear the young girls screaming, rats, because Curren Caples is in the house, 14 years of age. This kid, 4'10", 75 pounds of destruction.
And just gets speed out of nowhere. Oh no, leaning a little too far forward there. Usually for someone his size, it's really difficult to generate speed in something like this.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys in this thing that are more than twice his weight.
Well,
dialed in there.
Well, Taylor looked like he kind of missed his aim on the melon grab and trying to 5-0 all the way off the big extension. I don't think he really had that plan, but he was going to ride it out anyway.
Tony, you were telling me that your 2-year-old daughter only loves one other skateboarder other than her dad.
She was once asked who her favorite skater is, and she said, Curren. And they said, what about Dada? Oh, and Dada. We recently went to Beijing with Curren, so that's how she came to know him and his skating.
Again, Curren Caples, not as old as the X Games themselves, 14 years of age. But where do you get the confidence, Tony?
Wow!
As you see that backside kickflip transfer from Curren, where do you get the confidence at 14 years?
He just skates nonstop. You know, he skates parks. And he's used to these kinds of transitions and these kinds of transfers.
Well, this session is everything it promised to be as we're just under the top. Now remember, in that last heat, Noah Monroe with a score of 67 sits on the bubble, as does Caples. Whoa! But after he just... Oh. He came in with so much heat after hauling up onto that visor.
Not a lot of guys are capable of that.
When Tony says Bob, he means the one and only Bob Burnquist. Here he is.
Curren is coming in hot. Look how much speed he has.
Represented for the 805 Central California, 14 years old, 75 pounds.
Boom. Just, even there, looked like kind of slowed down, but he uses every bit of transition to get the speed back up. And right here, he's going to get all the way to the top of the vert wall. Going to jump up the rail like it's nothing. He's like a pixie, just sprightly jumping about. And it looks so effortless. Look at that big frontside alley-oop.
And that's something that he was making in the elimination round with ease. There you see Caples looking like a high jumper up over that rail. And he just bumped up his score. Whoa.
Kevin Kowalski's trying to jump out.
The other 6 months in between.
You know, you do a frontside nose grind and your foot's off. It doesn't usually work to fix it mid-grind, but he really tried. Curren is blasting over the arch.
That's just... Yes! Did you see the style?
Front side air chicken wing.
As long he actually has real chicken wing legs, so it makes the chicken wing look even better.
Look at how much speed he has, though. I mean, that is just navigating this course like he designed it.
It's so funny to hear the piercing screams of the girls every time that Curren lands a trick.
Nice. There's that frontside alley-oop. This is the run he wanted last time. Needs 37 to take the lead. He might be taking the lead.
It is highly possible that skateboarding's Justin Bieber, from the screams I'm hearing in the stands, is going to do just that. And he does. That last score of 42, putting Caples in the lead, Tony.
Not a surprise at all.
The prospect of the battle between young Barros and Caples in the final. That was a lot of activity. Crowd loving it. Let's go down with Chris Pastris and Curren Caples.
Curren, little buddy, you're shredding out there. You do realize the first X Games was before you were born. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know, it's pretty crazy.
Is this surreal for you?
I don't know, not really.
And who were your heroes growing up?
I don't know, Bob Burnquist is one of my favorite skaters from.
And you do realize you have Tony Hawk in the booth announcing for you, so you gotta give a shout out to the Hawk man.
Yeah, sick.
And what about the crowd? How's that? You hyped? The crowd's behind you. What does that feel like?
Yeah, it feels great because I don't know, like probably half of them in there is like all my friends and family. So I don't know.
I think that's more than your friends, buddy.
Yeah, I guess.
You got some fans. So what can we expect in the finals?
Ooh, I don't know. Just, I don't know, try to put it together as best I can and not just fall a lot. That one, I just had to land it on my last try, so, yeah.
Well, great skating. I think you're using those surfing skills. Keep it up. Back to you guys, Sal.
You're looking at a superstar in the making in Curren Caples. This is a name you're not going to forget. Here's what he did, Tony.
Just blasting higher than anyone on this whole course. Keeping his speed up. I mean, even there, that mini transfer, doing it with a backside kickflip, that's what gave him the higher score than anyone. And that nice frontside air, just tweaking it out. Going the transfer there, tweaking it. Everything is just a little bit extra.
The most famous Curren in action sports up until now, Tom Curren. I believe that Curren Caples might be taking the torch. Crowd loving it. But hey, Staples Center across the street. You see how good it feels to win gold at X Games. And guess what? We're going to give away some more right now as we are set for our park final here at LA Live on our event deck. And look at the ages in our final. Curren Caples, 14. Barros, 15. Kevin Kowalski, 18. Andy McDonald and Bucky Lassick, both at 37 years of age. If you put Caples and Barros' ages together, they're not as old as either one of them.
Well, evidently, if you're in your 20s, you're not qualified to be in the finals.
Yes, strictly a teenage situation or the dirty 30s.
30-something.
Curren Caples looking focused.
Good on the buzzer. That saved that run right there. And here comes Curren.
When we were in the commercial break, you got a text from your wife. Tony, what'd she say?
Curren is currently jumping up and down, saying, it's Curren. My daughter is jumping up and down at home, saying, it's Curren, he's so nice.
2 years old, and she's already a Curren Caples fan. Curren with the uncharacteristic fall. And that's a good look at why Andy McDonald has the most skateboarding medals in X Games history with 19.
Comes.
Scores changing all over the place. Andy with a 41. Now tied with Barros.
Watch out.
But remember, while it looks like they're tied, we go back to their highest scoring first run.
Curren has yet to make this run that he wants, and this could be his time right now.
Sorry, Tony, I misspoke. The highest single score. So right now, Barros, he looks winded. And here comes 75-pound, 14-year-old Curren Caples.
And the the judges did not think Andy's run was the same. Looked the same to me. They scored him much lower that time. Curren needs to make this run.
How much does fatigue at all factor in?
I don't think he ever gets tired. The 18 and under crew are not tired.
They're like, tired? What's tired?
Yeah. No, Curren missed the lip slide. That might help.
Well, he knew he had to
Taking a cue from Pedro there.
Curren Caples needs to have something that resembles perfection to make it up onto that podium.
He's kind of, oh wow, nice 360. You can see Curren is like kind of overamped here, and that could work against him. He's got to be a little more relaxed.
And no matter what, even if young Curren
There he goes.
were to get a perfect score of 50 right now, Pedro Barros is your X Games gold
He
medalist.
needs the slip slide. Oh, he decided not to. Nice, he made the alley-oop. This is his run. Oh no, missing the kickflip. Curren.
Let me tell you something, folks. Here is your gold medalist. Whoa!
Love it, Curren Caples, Kevin Kowalski, you know, Taylor Bingaman, Pedro, you know, they're all just insane rippers.
Thanks, Rune. Back to you guys, Sal.